Congressman Alan West, how are you, my friend?
I'm doing very well, Mark. How are you doing today?
I'm very well, thank you. I've decided you are one of my congressmen because I do own land in your district, don't I?
Yes, correct. Hope Sound.
It's a great honor, my friend.
And I was just up there just this evening.
All right. How are the people up there?
They're great people.
Are they with us or against us?
They're with us. As a matter of fact, we had a little meet and greet at Harry and the Natives there right off of Federal Highway 1.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Now, Congressman, the libs really despise you, which is one of the reasons I think you're terrific. Now, let me ask you this. What is it that you said that has them all worked up?
Well, we had a little listening tour town hall event up at Jensen Beach, and the question was asked of me, did I think that there were Marxist socialists in Congress? And, I ended up bringing up the issue of the Congressional Progressive Caucus and the fact that, back at the turn of the century, communists decided to change their name to progressives, but still the basic principles that they operate under are still the same. And when you really look at the spectrum along the lines of political ideology, there's very little separation. I mean, you can change your name, communist, progressive, Marxist, socialist, statist, as you brought up, but still they are individuals that are anti-individual sovereignty, economic freedom, and limited and fiscal government. And it's interesting, Mark, that here is the Congressional Progressive Caucus, that these are the type of pieces of legislation they brought up on the House floor. They wanted a constitutional amendment to redistribute wealth. That was H.J. Resolution 34. But most of them voted against the balanced budget amendment. They wanted windfall profit taxes and price controls on certain industries. That was H.R. 3784. And they wanted to have higher taxes on those deemed by themselves of the government as earning too much, and that was H.R. 1124. So, these are individuals that really do have, principles that are counter to the fundamental principles of this constitutional republic. Now, I don't hold anything against them if that's what they believe in, but don't get mad at me because I brought it up to the American people because I thought we were supposed to be transparent.
Isn't it amazing when you speak the truth how much hell you take for it? I mean, it's amazing. Obviously, these people, you can call them as you have a Fabian socialist, Marxist, a statist, whatever they are. What they are not are capitalists and constitutionalists. So, yeah. and yet they attack you viciously. And you got a few newspapers there that are about as left-wing as they come, too.
Yes, we do. But the thing is that, incredibly enough, the media, in their search to try to condemn me or attack me or bring up some type of sensational story, didn't do their due diligence, didn't do their research. As you said, they're just repeaters and they're not reporters. So now they have egg on their face because, they're not arguing the point that I brought up. They're arguing the fact that they just don't like that I brought it up. Well, tough on them. I'm going to continue to talk about the truth, and I want to expose them for who they are because I'm sick and tired of every time you turn around on the House floor, they want to say is the Tea Party radical wing of the Republican Party when the Tea Party is just a constitutional conservative grassroots movement that believes in our economic security, our energy security, our national security. And what American would not want to believe in that?
How does that election look in your district? It's a new district.
Well, I think it's going to be fine. We have a young man running against me on the other side that 2 years ago was a registered Republican. Now he's had some type of epiphany, and he's a far-left liberal, and he is running basically for one reason. He says that he hates me and that I'm a radical and an extremist. He doesn't offer any type of solutions, does not put out any issue statements whatsoever. So he's just running in the race, but he is by far not intellectually challenging me whatsoever.
And what is your website if people want to support? Excuse me.
AlanWestForCongress.com, and follow us on Facebook and Twitter, and of course on YouTube. And we're just standing up for the right principles for this country because the president was down here speaking at Florida Atlantic University, and this whole Buffett rule and this whole economic fairness and fair share and shared sacrifice, it is an intellectually dishonest discussion that he's trying to have with the American people. And as you know, the Buffett rule is just smoke and mirrors for him to be the arbiter of fairness as far as, who should be giving more money to his statist dream. And we have to realize that all he wants to do is grow government and get more people economically dependent upon government instead of unleashing the economic freedom of the individual entrepreneurial American will.
And, those things you just talked about, he never talks about. He never talks about entrepreneurship. He never talks about private property. He never talks about individual liberty.
Yeah.
He never talks about any of those things, does he?
And that's the nature of who they are, Mark. And what we have to do as conservatives and the Republican Party is call them out. Being a communist, progressive, Marxist, socialist, statist, we have to draw the contrast between who we are and what we stand for, and how it relates to the writings of our founding fathers, and how it relates to the classical liberal writings of Locke, Hobbes, Montesquieu, Rousseau, and Voltaire, as opposed to, what they stand for, the writings of Marx, Engels, and Alinsky.
Damn, you're good.
Well,
I
do my research.
You do your research, you studied, you've read, and then they go, what are you talking about? Well, you know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah. Well,
and,
that's the thing. That's the reason why you're talking to the guy that's the number one target for the Democrat Party. Because think about this: why would they hate an African American male born in the inner city, a career military officer, married 23 years, a wife with an MBA and a PhD, two wonderful daughters? This would be the American success story. I'm the third or fourth generations of military men in my family. They don't want that message out there. That is just counter. That's the antithesis to everything that they want to project, because it is not about individual sovereignty. It's about the collective.
Remind people your district, some of the towns, Hope Sound. What are some of the other towns?
Yeah, it is now Congressional District 18, which is the northern part of Palm Beach County. So you got Palm Beach Gardens, Jupiter, Hope Sound, Stewart, that's Martin County, and then it goes into St. Lucie County, which is Port St. Lucie and Fort Pierce. Beautiful country. It is cattle country, citrus country, and it's called the Treasure Coast, and I'm loving it. It's very peaceful, very quiet, beautiful ports up there. As a matter of fact, Saturday night we'll be visiting the Navy SEAL Museum again, and we'll be speaking to the St. Lucie County GOP up in Port St. Lucie.
I'll tell you what, Congressman, if you don't mind, if you'll give my call screener, Mike, a number where I can reach you. I said I would do it. I'm a man of my word. I want to come down there and help you raise some bucks one night if you're open to that.
Oh, I appreciate it very much, Mark, and I'd look forward to standing side by side with you.
It would be my honor. So don't hang up, Congressman. Mike, let's get a number where I can call the Congressman directly. God bless you, my friend.